7th February is when Polygon announced the 450 million raise. I was actually going through our Telegram chats and I was seeing when did we first connect, and it was like on 3rd February and I think that's when we had our first call. But yeah, let's dive deeper into the raise, right? And for founders or for new people who want to raise, right, let's break down the art of fundraising. $450 million, right? How did that process go? How were those conversations like? We can take, like, what was your role in the fundraise? Let's start with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the conversations came naturally. Like, a couple of VCs had approached us and suggested, like, oh, you guys should do a raise, like, for Polygon, because VCs can bring a lot of value to the Polygon ecosystem. And
how much had Polygon raised before this?
I think just $1 million through like a private round, and then 10 million through a launch pad. So we didn't have like a big raise before then, because actually I would say Polygon was an underdog.
Right.
Like, a lot of people initially didn't think Polygon would be so successful, and it ended up being really successful. So the raise, yeah, a couple of VCs were coming in. Initially, we were hesitant about raising because, you know, we had a large treasury. We could technically just go to the market and sell our tokens and be able to raise capital. But I think eventually it became clear that VCs can add a lot of value to the Polygon ecosystem as well, whether it be a stamp of approval or necessary introductions and such. Yeah, eventually, you know, we suggested, like, oh, we're doing a raise for the Polygon token, and you'll also get a stake in the ecosystem fund. And once one investor came in, naturally all the other investors came in.
Right.
Galaxy Interactive and Galaxy Digital were the first ones to invest, and then, you know, SoftBank, Sequoia, Dragonfly, CoinFund, Lightspeed, they all started coming in. So, you know, once you get that lead investor, I think it's a lot easier to shape up the rest of the rounds. I think honestly timing was perfect, because at that time, you know, everybody was looking to get exposure into crypto. And I would say Polygon's fundraise at that time was probably the most attractive out of everything else that was out there. We also had the right metrics to back back us. You know, we were having a significant amount of growth in terms of daily active users, number of wallets created on Polygon, number of dApps, and also the strategic acquisitions that we made on the ZK side. So yeah, honestly, we were super lucky in terms of timing, and also in terms of traction that we had already shown at that time.
So you had Galaxy Digital, you had Sequoia, Dragonfly, Lightspeed, the biggest of the funds, right? Tiger, SoftBank.
Yeah.
What were the top 3 points in your pitch at the time for Polygon?
Yeah, I would say number one was, you know, we have the best business development team in the industry. So I think it's important to note that, like I mentioned before, it's not just about the tech, it's about the actual adoption, and Polygon can drive the adoption.
Right.
Number two is we have the best ZK tech in the industry. We were one of the first people to launch a ZK rollup, and we don't.
But this wasn't at the time, right? When you were raising, was the ZK rollup?
It was still under development, and people were saying that it would take, you know, very long in order to launch a ZK rollup, but we were actually able to launch much sooner than expected.
Right.
So yeah, number two was we had, you know, the best tech in the industry. So yeah, number one is best business development team. Number two is best tech in the industry. And number three is, you know, traction that already existed.
Right.